show of hands, who wants to start having the public back in here? Okay. I'll get a hold of the council. And Dave, I'm gonna get a hold of you, and Mike, I also wanna get a hold of you and sit down with you, see if we can go over some procedures and we can start letting the public back in. But I'll get a hold of you, before the next common council meeting, and we'll go from there. Okay? Sounds good. Lillian, you all set?
Yeah.
Edwin,
We're all set, sir.
got a gavel for me? It's all right,
We are not set.
we'll just do it for the,
Want me to give you something?
no, it's all right.
We're gonna take you left.
Let's get it during the, we'll do it when we start the regular meeting, right? Okay, I'd like to call the workshop to order on June 1st of 2021 at 5:30 PM. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl. Here. Councilmember Nichols. Here. Councilmember at-large Vandenhoover.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Switched everything around on us. Yeah. We'll switch it for the next, for the regular meeting. All right, certification of prior meetings, we'll skip over. Communication of the mayor, he's not here. Going right to communication of the public and petitions.
Number one, request from Girl Scout Troop 2237 for permission to clean up areas at Point Gratiot and plant low-maintenance flowers near park signage on Monday, June 7th, 2021, from 6 to 7:30 PM at no cost to the city.
Before I start speaking about this, during the regular meeting, I'm gonna call on Erica Munson, city assessor, just to mention what you wanted to, present to the public today. All right? Okay, moving on, motion to refer to Parks Department. Any discussion on this first? Yes, Marty?
No.
Okay, need a motion to refer to the Parks Department and Department of Public Works by Pomanto, second by
Second.
Stoyl. See, I can see your hands now, guys, so, you know? All right.
Paul, I
Sounds
just
good.
want to add, our local Home Depot gave that Girl Scout troop children's rakes to do this, for them to keep, which was a nice plus for that. They gave them to them for nothing.
Okay, yeah, we'll just mention that in the regular meeting
Okay.
also. Sounds good.
Number two,
Yes.
request from the the Historical Society of Dunkirk to hold an event on Saturday, August 28th, 2021 at Washington Park, time to be determined, to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Dunkirk to Dunkirk event with the city of Dunkirk, France.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, any motion to refer to the city attorney, Parks Department, and Director of Public Works by
So moved.
Williams. Second by Stoyl. Number three.
Number three, this is a ratification of the event from this weekend, as a request from Rick Poke of Tony's Waffles to set up shop in the area between the Tim Hortons and the Clarion for Memorial Day weekend.
So what happened here, council, is that, it was a last minute thing, so the city clerk Ramos called me up and asked me if we could give approval, so on behalf of the council, I thought it was all right for these guys, for Rick to do that. I mean, it's always good to have some concessions down there, especially, he's been doing it for years and years with the city, so I gave the okay to do that, and hopefully that's all right. But I did contact some of you guys that I could get a hold of, but it was like a last minute decision, and hopefully you guys are all right with that. So we'll receive and file. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm going back to
Number,
number two.
Yep.
sorry, sir.
Historical Society, are they going to have a noise permit to come along with that at some point?
A what?
Noise permit to go along with that at some point?
I do believe that they're gonna do a movie, and yes, they would be putting in a,
They say they're gonna have a concert.
do-do-do-do.
On the letter, it states at the last paragraph, to include applying for a permit to close off Washington Avenue from 5th Street to 6th Street with barricades, a loudspeaker permit, use of electricity from the gazebo, a few picnic tables, and extra large garbage cans. As per all permits, we will apply to the city with the certificate of liability insurance.
So yes, they were gonna put one in. They wanted to see if they could get it authorized first before they put in for the, because they wanted barricades and the loudspeaker permit so they can have a movie there also.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so number 4, request from Rick Bouquet of Tony's Waffles to use the area between the Tim Hortons and the Clarion to conduct business for the rest of 2021.
Any discussion, council? Edwin, that's good that he just comes and gets a permit through you for the.
He
for the
will,
summer, right?
now, this is not an event, so what we did over the weekend, I classified as an event. So he was able to do that with the council's permission. But with this, it's gonna be for the rest of the season, so they'll be doing the permitting. And that will go through the background check through the chief's office. And then the rest of the licensing procedures through my office.
Okay, so I need a motion to refer this to the city attorney, Parks Department, and also the city clerk.
So
And I
moved.
did want to add that last year, when one of the vendors came in, it opened up for everybody. And I think that's what, that was the essence
Yeah,
of the,
I do remember that.
of the meeting, or the letter.
That would be a first by Williams, second by Nichols.
Okay, number 5, request from the Dunkirk City School District to hold a small parade for their own Special Olympics on June 3rd, 2021, and street closures of the parade route. Parade to start at 12:25 p.m. and will last approximately 30 minutes.
Any discussion, council? I do want,
We're gonna take care of it.
yeah, I was gonna add, this is one of the questions I want to ask you about, chief. Are we all set with that?
Yeah, and we've done the homecoming parades and things of that sort
Yeah.
of form before, so we'll get them taken care of.
Okay, so I need a motion to refer this to Department of Public Works,
First,
and from the
Nichols,
city
second.
attorney, from the police chief, Ortolano, and I also want to include the fire chief, Mike Edwards. By Stoyl,
Second.
by Bamanto.
Okay, number 6, request from,
Yes,
Just so you know, Mike Green contacted me today and said a rain date for that'll be Friday, because the weather's looking kind of bad, so if it's not Thursday, they want to move it to Friday.
okay,
We're good with that.
whatever day it is, we'll take care of it.
okay, thanks, guys.
We just wanted to know that.
Okay, thank you. Number 6,
Number 6, request from Lucas Natali of Fredonia Cycling to host Central Connection Slow Roll Bicycle Ride through Dunkirk the morning of June 19, 2021, and periodically thereafter. Also requesting the assistance of the Dunkirk Police Department to be on site to assist with traffic control when the riders arrive to Central Avenue at Lakeshore Drive at approximately 11:20 a.m.
any discussion, council?
Yes.
Councilman Bamanto?
I talked to Mayor Fredonia yesterday. We had a discussion on this, and they're doing this with Dunkirk, and it's that connection between Dunkirk and Fredonia. And this is sort of like a pilot for what they're doing, and they would like to do more and more of these and get more people involved, the kids and families, and they might have one just the family and the kids, and then the adults, and where that might go between Dunkirk and Fredonia. So it might make a couple stops, but I'm all for this. I would like to first it.
Okay, Jill, can you come up to the microphone? I got a quick question for you. I'm going to ask you to come up in a regular meeting also. I just received a phone call from Dr. Richard Goodman, and
Okay.
he's very into the community with the bicycles and everything. He said he had a 2.5 hour sit down with E.J. Hayes the other day.
Yes.
And he hasn't heard any response back. And then he saw this resolution going through. I was just wondering if you could reach out to him and maybe have a sit down, if we can call a meeting with him to hear some of his concerns. But I guess he has quite a bit of financial expenses that he is willing to give to the city if we sit down. So I just don't want to blow this gentleman off. I know he's been trying.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
No, we met with him. We initiated the conversation about exploring the idea of a slow roll bicycle ride through town. And then we were invited to a meeting with Mayor Essig and Mr. Natali last week. And then lo and behold, they were planning a bicycle ride for Central Connection with the banners, with planned stops along the way. They'll stop at the Big Dipper and then end up at the pier. And at that meeting, I mentioned to them that we were working with Mr. Goodman And Lucas said, oh, yeah, I know Rich, he's a great guy. Let's see how we can all work together to
Okay.
make this happen.
That's awesome. So if you can
Yep.
just say that, at the regular meeting, I appreciate it.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
Also, speaking of Mr. Goodwin, the mayor yesterday Mayor Ferroni also said he met with Rich, because that's the first thing I said. That's the first thing I think of is Rich when you
Right.
talk about bikes, and he goes, we're already way ahead of it. We met with him, so
Okay.
he would like to coordinate.
I think they
together.
were waiting for it to be approved
Sure.
this meeting before.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Councilman Williams.
Just wondering, because it says, and periodically thereafter, are there going to be coordination with that?
Yeah,
And
so
when
they
they're gonna be
hope to
here again?
have this kind of a monthly event. I mentioned that we were planning one for July. And they were like, oh, well, we'd really, we'll see how it goes in June, but our thought is we'd like to be able to do this, maybe monthly, until October, just kind of periodically then. So they hadn't chosen any future dates yet, but I know that they're looking to do something monthly. And then after the one in June, kind of hammer out some more dates and then get with everybody to schedule to make sure that's okay.
Okay, Chief, you okay with that?
As long as
The
they give us
periodically?
advance
Okay.
notice on it, so we're aware of it ahead of time.
So
Okay.
if they're gonna do that through us, through the clerk's office, then we will advise them that they're gonna need to put in for the specific dates.
Okay.
Just like the chief is saying, so that we can be prepared for the specific dates.
Exactly, that
Yep.
sounds good.
All right, I'll let them know.
In case they coincide with other events going on.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah,
As
they
long as
can't just call you
coordinate
on a
with you
Friday and
the
say
city
tomorrow.
clerk, but,
Well, they did say they would give at least 30 days notice.
Okay, yeah.
That works good. Thank you.
Okay.
Mike, you
Thank
good
you.
with that also? Okay, thanks.
Okay, that was number 6.
Number 6 would be Bomano, and I need a second
I'll second.
by Williams.
Number 7, notice of claim from Roy Korn of 8 Villa Drive, Westfield, for damages to his vehicle front rim on May 25th, 2021 at approximately 8 a.m., allegedly due to a pothole 50 yards past the City of Dunkirk sign northbound.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, what street is it on?
It's on Willow.
Is it this side of the sign, or is it after the sign?
It said 50 yards
Past.
past the City of Dunkirk sign, going north. Going
So it would be
northbound.
inside the city.
Like I said, we'll just refer this and have them look into it.
I can have an answer for you at the meeting.
John,
Okay.
I think that's the one the lady at the radio station was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, motion to refer to Department of Public Works Director and City Attorney. I need a first.
Nichols,
Nichols, second. I need a second.
I'll second.
By Williams. Number
It
8.
says on Willow Road, driving to work on Willow Road, 50 yards past City of Dunkirk sign.
Right.
Right.
Number 8, loudspeaker application from Julie Vaughn to use loudspeakers on June 19, 2021, from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. at the lower pavilion of Point Gratiot during a birthday party.
Any discussion, council? Be my usual. Number 9.
Number 9 is loudspeaker application from the Lakeshore Street Rod Association to use a live band or DJ at Point Gratiot on July 11, 2021, from 12 p.m. until 4 p.m. during their classic car show and cruising.
Any discussion, council? I need a first for both.
Nichols,
Bomano, second by Nichols. Boards and standing committees, boards and commissions, Councilman Williams,
Nothing for the workshop.
Councilman Bomano.
Just one thing, Randy, there's gonna be a 5K race, the Hazelton race, Officer Hazelton Memorial Race this coming, Sunday. And I just ran down there after work today, and right there near the beach, where you go in the beach, off of Main Street there, it's unpassable for a race at this point. I know, I'm telling you ahead of time, to let you know.
Yes.
And also, they're gonna be using the sidewalk on the way down too, because how they run the race, you go out like this, the runners come like this, and then there's walkers. So they're gonna be doing this and coming back in that little narrow space there.
Councilman, I can update you on that. Chief Ortolano and I spoke about that today, and then just recently I spoke with the contractor, Steve St. George, about that. All three of us will work very closely together to make sure that that honorable and memorial race will be run perfectly. We agree with you that right now, I mean, we couldn't run it right this minute, but by the time we get to that time, Steve St. George, Mike Papilio is going to work with the chief. We're going to get all those details. It's a very important thing for us to pay tribute to a fallen officer, and we agree with you, and we're going to make it right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
That's all I have for now, Paul.
Councilman Stroil?
Nothing here.
Councilwoman Nichols? I do have a couple things I'm gonna bring up, at the regular meeting. I just wanna congratulate Lieutenant Mike Mikulski and Lieutenant Mark Paloy on their retirement. I know that, I wanted to mention that. Nancy did give me a call and remind me of that, but, also too, I just want to, give a thanks out and a great job to the Parks Department for Memorial Day. It looked great, you know, the manicuring of the landscape, everything looked good, so I want to give kudos to the Parks Department. And also, Marty, I don't know if one of us can bring this up, is how the Dunkirk High School baseball and softball kids are doing. They're doing great, and I think we should mention that tonight, and,
Okay.
you know, because there's a lot of,
Both the boys and girls are doing well.
both the girls and boys. And we do have a lot of employees, you know, that work for our city, and their kids are outstanding. So I'm gonna mention that, so just give everybody a heads up. If you want
me to mention it?
Yeah, go ahead, and then whoever wants to jump on it, we can. All right?
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
Number 37, resolution accepting change order contract addition for drainage improvements on unopened street, City Street, Lakeshore paving.
Any discussion, council? Number 38,
Number 38, resolution for production of local law filings and official records.
any discussion? Number 39,
Resolution for vote of no confidence in City Attorney Maurice Rowe.
any discussion? Number 40,
Resolution authorizing retainer fee for Common Council's counsel.
any discussion? Seeing none, no new business, motion to adjourn
So move.
by Williams,
Nichols?
by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuber.
Aye, carried motion, meeting's adjourned, workshop's adjourned.
Paul, that slow roll, they do in Buffalo on Tuesdays. A slow roll Tuesday in Buffalo. They've been doing that for a couple years.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Paul.
Erica, how long did you stay over at the post yesterday?
Till the kids had enough
Had
fun
enough,
and
yeah,
dancing.
yeah.
Those were my friends' grandkids that were out there just bopping around.
Oh, yeah?
Just to check our ones.
Yeah, it was just nice to be outside, you know what I mean?
Nice day.
It was real nice.
It was really nice.
Yep,
We were gonna walk across the parking lot, but we had little ones with us this year.
yeah. We walked across before.
That was our plan.
Where'd you go after? Oh, I went home. I went to where the Legion, then I went home.
Oh, okay.
I had my chicken bar.
Aye.
I can't do that too much anymore.
Yeah.
You get the blah, 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 talking. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Common Council to order on June 1st of 2021 at 5:30 PM. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Here.
Councilmember Nichols?
Here.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever?
Here, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Certification of prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of May 18, 2021 was presented to the mayor on Friday, May 28, 2021. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have here to set my hand and the seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this first day of June 2021.
Need a motion dispensing the reading of minutes
So move.
by Williams,
Nichols.
second by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl? Aye. Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever?
Aye, carried. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations,
Sir,
privilege
we
of the
have
floor.
no correspondences for privilege of the floor today.
Okay, going to communications of the mayor, including disapproval messages.
Mr. Chairman, just one quick announcement, an update on the project. The Lakefront Boulevard project is continuing forward. I'm being told that in about 2 weeks, we'll be able to open the road. And also, I just wanted to let everybody know that doesn't mean that the project will be fully completed, but the road will be open and it'll be just about completed,
Both ways, Mayor.
both ways.
Thank you. Please. My phone rings half as much now.
Oh, yeah.
Mine too.
All right.
That's all I have.
Yep, thank you, Mayor. Just briefly, before we go into communications of the public and petitions, I'm going to call on City Assessor Erica Munson for a quick recap to inform the public of what's going on.
Next Tuesday, June 8th. Can you hear me? Next Tuesday, June 8th is our grievance day. To keep people separated and follow social distancing guidelines, we're asking for appointments. Please call or stop by the office. Appointments will be Tuesday the 8th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to communications of public and petitions.
Number one, request from Girl Scout Troop 2237 for permission to clean up areas at Point Gratiot and plant low-maintenance flowers near park signage on Monday, June 7, 2021, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at no cost to the city.
Any discussion, council?
Well, I'd just like to add that our local Home Depot has donated children's rakes for the Girl Scout troop to use for this event and for them to keep and use for their next ventures within the city.
All right, thank you. Need a motion to refer to the Parks Department and Public Works Director by Bomano, second by Stoyl. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever?
Aye, carried.
Number two, request from the Historical Society of Dunkirk to hold an event on Saturday, August 28, 2021 at Washington Park, time to be determined, to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Dunkirk to Dunkirk event with the city of Dunkirk, France.
Any discussion, council? I know we had some discussion at the workshop. Chief brought up a good point that they do need to get a loudspeaker permit, so they will go see the city clerk.
Correct.
And Edwin will take care of that. All right. So need a motion to refer to the city attorney, Parks Department, Department of Public Works, and also city clerk.
So
By
move.
Williams, second by Stoyl. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever.
Aye, carried.
Number three, request from Rick Poke of Tony's Waffles to set up shop in the area between the Tim Hortons and the Clarion Hotel for the Memorial Day weekend.
Like I mentioned in the workshop, the city clerk did get a hold of me, and on behalf of the council, I did give the okay to do that for Memorial Day. You know, Rick's been doing it for a long time, and it's definitely an asset for the city, and the people like it, so hopefully no one's mad at me. Receive and file that.
Okay, number 4,
Yeah,
request.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Councilman Stoll.
Yeah, well, we're on this subject here. Across the street, I believe it's Larry Spack's private property.
Yes.
Do those folks need a permit, or do they have a permit, or?
They have to be licensed through the county in order to be able to set up their business.
But we have no permit? I mean, they don't have to have a city permit to sell?
Not on
something?
private property, sir.
That answers my question. Thank you.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4, request from Rick Poke of Tony's Waffles to use the area between Tim Hortons and the Clarion to conduct business for the rest of 2021.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, need a motion to refer to city attorney, Parks Department, city clerk.
So moved.
By Williams, second by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye. Councilmember
Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number 5, request from Dunkirk City School District to hold a small parade for their own Special Olympics on June 3rd, 2021, and street closure of the parade route. Parade to start at 12:25 p.m. and will last approximately 30 minutes.
Any discussion, council? Chief Edwards and Chief Ortolano, you guys good with this? I help them out.
Yeah, we'll get it taken care of in this. The fire chief said there is a possibility that Friday will be the rain day.
Okay, sounds good. Need a motion to refer this to Department of Public Works, City Attorney, Police Chief Ortolano, and Fire Chief Edwards. By Stoyl, second by Bomano. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number 6, request from Lucas Natali of Fredonia Cycling to host a Central Connection slow roll bicycle ride through Dunkirk the morning of June 19, 2021, and periodically thereafter. Also requesting the assistance of the Dunkirk Police Department to be on site to assist with traffic control when the riders arrive to Central Avenue at Lakeshore Drive at approximately 11:20 a.m.
Any discussion, council? Yes, Councilman
Just
Williams.
the same question I had at the workshop for the chief on the periodically part of this. We discussed at the workshop that you would need them to put in advance to make sure nothing else is going on.
As long as we get enough advance notice on it so we can prepare for it and have manpower available to assist them. I think it's a great idea, but as long as the future ones, we have enough notice on it.
And no conflict.
Yeah, and no conflict at the city crew as well.
Okay, sounds good. Jill Mo, could you please step up? Like I discussed in the workshop today, that Dr. Richard Goodman called me and he was just inquiring about this, and he said they did have a sit-down with you. Could you just, I just want to make sure that we're not blowing him off and
No,
we're taking him
definitely.
serious with things.
Yep, absolutely. So we did have a meeting with Mr. Goodman. We had come up with this idea of having a bicycle ride through, a slow roll bicycle ride through the city in July. And then last week, Mayor Rosas and I were invited by Mayor Essick and Mr. Natali to a meeting. And when we get there, they were planning a slow roll bicycle ride in June. And it's really in the spirit of community and the Central Connection to promote wellness and family events that they want to start having these possibly monthly, but start out with this event in June. So when we went to the meeting, we said, well, we're working on a very similar idea with Mr. Goodman. So Mr. Natali says, oh, I know Rich very well, so I'm going to reach out to Rich and see how we can't work on this together. So I think that he was waiting for this to go through the meeting tonight, and if approved, then he would go ahead and hammer out more details with Mr. Goodman.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I know, Dr. Goodman, he does a lot for this community, and we need to listen to him and get some advice. And also, I know that he has some financial avenues that we can search out too. So that'd be great.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Councilman?
Yes.
I also ran into Mayor Essick yesterday, and we bounced around some ideas and for the future. Hopefully this first one goes smooth and the second one goes smooth, and we have some things that bring forward to Jill and they'll bring forward to the council, and hopefully everybody approve and have a good time. Sounds like something new, and then hopefully it'll grow from there.
Awesome, thanks. I need a motion to refer to the city attorney, police chief Ortolano, Chief Edwards. First by Bomano, second
Second.
by Williams. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 7, notice of claim from Roy Korn of 8 Villa Drive, Westfield, for damages to his vehicle front rim on May 25th, 2021 at approximately 8 a.m., allegedly due to a pothole 50 yards past the city of Dunkirk sign northbound, and that was on Willow Road.
Excuse me. Any discussion, council?
Yeah, Paul, I'd just like to know, Randy, do you know if this pothole has been fixed? Because when we did the radio, Paul and I did the radio station last Friday, the manager at the radio station said that there are quite a few nasty ones right there, and she has called and made several complaints on it.
Randy, it almost looks like it was a cutout where you put stone that you're ready to pave, so that's pretty much what I thought it was. I went down, I looked at it afterwards.
Councilman, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And Supervisor Papilia and an assistant did meet with the manager at one of those potholes, and they're putting in some solid concrete because they're gonna mill, that's one of the streets that Mike is gonna do first. We're gonna do that in-house. He's gonna mill it, completely redo that road all the way from City Line all the way to Brigham Road. So yes, that particular one's been addressed, and we have met with the manager. We'd like to thank the councilman for looking at it, and thank you for looking at it, and thank WDOE as well.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you. Well, I need a motion to refer to Department of Public Works Director and City Attorney. First by Nichols, second by
Second.
Williams. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 8, loudspeaker application from Julie Vaughn to use loudspeakers on June 19, 2021 from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. at the Lower Pavilion of Point Gratiot during a birthday party.
Any discussion, council? I need a motion to refer to appropriate departments as well as approved subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions by Bomano, second by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Number 9.
Number 9, loudspeaker application from the Lakeshore Street Rod Association to use a live band or DJ at Point Gratiot on July 11, 2021 from 12 p.m. until 4 p.m. during their classic car show and cruise-in.
Any discussion, council? It's my same guys. Need a first, Bomano, second by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Reports to standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Williams.
Well, through the meeting so far, we've already knocked off 2. I was going to ask about Lakefront Boulevard and that guarantee that we had by Memorial Day. Today's the day after, but I guess it's got 2 more weeks yet. And then one of the other things on my list was the potholes on Willow. We discussed that. And lastly on my list is to Randy, where are we at with the signage for the pier, the beginning of the pier and the beginning of the parks?
I'd like to thank Patty Plashevsky and Andy Bone for starting a database on those, and they will be presenting the photographs and their recommendations for all of those signs to the police chief, and making sure that we're right as far as the police department goes, and then making sure all of the signs are perfect, not weather faded, and get them all up. So that's because of those 2 people I mentioned. We're well ahead of that, and we're going to catch up and get them all.
I think what we've been asking for is that we have a sign at the beginning, right? As long as you have one at the beginning of it, then we don't have to have the 20 to 100 that are in the park or anything. So are we doing a sign at the beginning?
Very similar to the large sign at the beginning of the large parking lot at Point Gratiot. There's a lot of fine point print on there, and we'd have one of those at the beginning of the park.
Okay.
We would no longer have to have that one at the parking lot.
Okay.
So we have that one like that. These are the park rules and regulations. Follow them at your own, disobey them at your own risk. The police would be able to enforce them because they've been notified.
Correct, yeah, I think that's what we've been looking for, is something there so that we can eliminate the ones inside the park.
And Councilman Stoyl said, well, let's minimize the number of signs.
Correct.
So this will be a good way to, I think we've come together with a good plan, And those two individuals I mentioned that are working together so we have a database so we can do it right the first time and then keep it up.
Okay, and then same thing for the pier area?
Absolutely.
So that they're not, it's all on there to no parking on the grass and whatever the speed limit is and stuff like that? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. Councilman Romano.
Randy, might as well come back. Sorry. Just if you can give us an update on Lucas Avenue and 7th Street.
Sure. The water line project is going well. I would like to thank, in particular, one of our partners in utilities, National Fuel Gas, is working with us on that project. They're improving their infrastructure at the same time we're improving ours. Everything kind of overlapped, and we're going, both the city and that company will have new infrastructure, and I'm really proud of that joint relationship we have working with them. Some people have noticed that we're adding some new fresh sidewalks there. We deliberately routed this water line down the sidewalk so those people paid for within the project, which is a grant project, will be new sidewalks along Brigham during the route and new sidewalks on a good portion of West 7th Street to connect the route to school to, I worked with Tim Abbey to find a route that would get people with a new crosswalk right at West 7th and Marauder Drive. It's going to be a big asset to the neighborhood, in my opinion.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
I did also notice on West 6th and Woodrow, the cutout that was there when they had a water leak, that big cutout, that got taken care of today.
That was one of the potholes that got fixed today, and there will be a resolution for the next meeting to add West 6th Street to the water line. We're under budget on West 7th Street, and we found that the fire protection on West 6th in that area and on Taft and Roosevelt is inadequate. We'd like to put a water line down through there and increase the fire protection for that area, and also those particular areas need new services as well. So I was able to secure a service relocation grant for $500,000 that we spent about $100,000 toward Lafayette Avenue so far, but there's more money left to do services on 6th Street. So West 7th, Brigham, and West 6th will get new water lines, and especially they'll get increased fire protection. A lot of people have noted a lot of fresh fire hydrants there, and the old fire hydrants are black capped, which is essentially the same as having no fire hydrant there at all. So good project all the way around. We're getting close to completion on that, and then by next meeting I'm going to ask you to extend this project to finish up West 6th Street.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd also like to thank Mike Propiglia and his crew for that good job they did on that cutout. That was a big cutout. I was there when they dug that thing. Man, it was deep and wide, and that was a great job. That was a nice surprise seeing that today. Announcement, the Officer Hazelton 5K race will be this Sunday. I think they shoot the gun off at 9:30 a.m. Is that right? So if you get there a little earlier, if you haven't registered yet, that's always a good event, and that lasts about noon, and they have some food, and they have some awards, so hopefully people can get out there and support that. Small town, big minds, them guys put a co-ed tournament together, a slow pitch co-ed tournament down at Wright Park in School 7, and if anybody remembers back to last Friday what kind of weather we had, and an early morning Saturday, it was drenched. All the games around here in this local area, but the schools were canceled. And these guys got out there with help of our Parks Department. I'd like to thank them, Ryan Hall, and they had a bunch of volunteers helping them out, and they got those fields ready to play it. And I was talking to Council Vandervoort before the meeting, and they played, and we've been involved in so many tournaments through the years. They played that tournament. They were not behind. Sometimes when you get that far behind in a tournament, and it's a double elimination tournament, you're playing 11, 12 o'clock, and they finished it on time. So, and that's the first time they ran a tournament like that, so kudos to them. I'm proud of them. I went down there, saw a couple games, played some Chinese auctions, won 2 baskets, so it was a good day for me. So thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Al, we took care of the grass thing. Let's see, Roger, how are we doing on seasonal help?
Right now, we've got 5
for some to get out of school, they should be starting shortly.
And where are those 5 at right now?
Got 3 in parks, 2 in the streets of Parkland, and that's where we'll be dividing the ones that are coming in.
Okay.
We'll bring them on as fast as we can. As you're aware, it's a tough labor market out there.
Yes, yeah, it sure is. Thank you. Also like to announce kudos out to DHS boys baseball team. They are undefeated in league play, so they're doing well. They're playing right now on Access 12. Guys can tune into that. They show Access 12 does show the boys and the girls playing. And also about the girls, they're having a great season. And I don't know where their record is, but I think they're also in first place in their division too. So get out and support them when you can. If not, watch them on Access 12. And one more thing, hopefully by the next council meeting, we can get the people back in here. I think it's time. We're out eating together, we're out drinking together in the bars, we're going to ball games, you can go into the gyms, you can be right next to each other now. So my opinion is I think we're ready, that you can bring back in. That's all I had, Councilman.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Stoyl?
Yeah, first of all, I want to, before the signs are printed, Randy, there seemed to be a difference of opinion on the speed chief on the pier. I believe you and I, somewhere along the meeting, we came to the conclusion of 15 right?
Correct, 15.
Not 5.
If anyone, I would challenge everyone to go out and get in their car after this meeting and try and drive 5 miles an hour. Your car won't even idle that slow. And our radar units don't pick anything up that slow as well. So our school zones are 15, Point Gratiot 15. I think 15 is a good speed limit for the pier unless someone takes differently.
Yeah, because there was some conflict with one of my comrades here telling me it was 5. I said, no, it was not, it's 15.
Yeah, I think 5
So
would be on.
before you make the signs, Randy, we'll get the right speed limit. And then I want to congratulate the 2 police officers that have left. I was disappointed, but I talked to them over the weekend. I told them I was going to be putting them in chairs of Columbus Avenue, in case anybody's listening out there, to take the streets back with Dunkirk, 1 street at a time. But these fellas said, yeah, we'll see you. Congratulations to those guys. They're 50 years of experience, and they're both supervision. So that's going to be tough on the chief to fill those spots.
We had Lieutenant Mark Ploy had 32 years on. Lieutenant Mike Mikulski had 26 years
Yeah.
on. Both of those 2 have served this community, outstanding service to this community. I wish them all the best in their retirement, and they will be missed.
Yes, they will be. And Al, I want to thank you for moving ahead with that, again, Columbus Avenue, you know, the cutting. And if you stop over and see our friend there, he'd appreciate it. Will do. Thank you, that's all I got.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Nichols.
I just got a couple of things. Just so everyone knows, the sidewalks that were placed on 7th Street, they're new to the area. There weren't no sidewalks there to begin with, and the neighbors up there are thrilled to be able to have them, to be able to walk around the block completely and to access the back lot at the high school and the game fields. If anybody's noticed, if down by the boardwalk or on the dock pier, whichever, we have some beautifully colored chairs. I don't know if Joe wants to say where they came from, the Adirondack chairs and the tables that are there.
Yeah, that was part of our pier project, and in addition to some CDBG funds to purchase those chairs.
And I did notice that they were, at the end of the dock, they were all chained together so they wouldn't be in someone's backyard. But they will remove them when we have our fireworks display?
I don't believe that they're planning to take them down. I think they're there for the season, and then they will remove the chairs at the end of the season and
Okay,
store
I
them.
didn't know how they were gonna set up the fireworks display at the end down there for the 4th.
We should do that on the paper portion.
Yeah, if it's needed to be moved, they'll be moved.
Thanks, Will. Thank you. Also, I've had some concerns of who authorized, when the beaches were cleaned last week, that Pierce's would be coming in to do the beach cleanup. I thought we were under the, in our discussions, that the shared services with the county would be doing the cleanup. and everybody wants to know what the cost was from Pierce to do the cleanup. Can you answer that, Mayor? Thank you.
So at the previous meetings that we've had, this council has complained about the issues that we're having with the beaches getting cleaned. We also had comments made about the area behind the Steger Apartments and the Main Street Beach area and all that. I did ask our DPW crew, our DPW director, to address this issue. I was told we don't have the proper equipment to do that. Waiting for shared services from the county would have been way too long. We have a summer that lasts usually about 2 months out of the year, and so we made the decision to bring in a private contractor to get it done.
Okay, does that mean that we're gonna bring the lifeguards onto the beaches sooner than when school ends in June? Because that's when it usually is officially open for the beaches?
We officially opened the beaches the last week of June.
Okay, so we're not gonna have the lifeguards there, they're gonna be in the water at their own risk?
Pretty much,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
I'm just gonna interrupt you for a minute. Well, the phone calls that we received from some of the workers is that we do have the equipment, so that's the only reason we're bringing this up. So, hopefully, if, you're saying that Randy's telling you don't have the equipment, and they're telling the council that they do. So we're kind of like in the middle of this thing between us. So
Well-
that's the only reason why we're just asking a question.
Okay, and I appreciate that. Like I said, we made a decision based on what I believe is best for the city. We have spent millions of dollars over the past 5 years on our waterfront area. And leaving the beaches in the conditions that they were at when the people are starting to use them is not in the city's best interest. So we did what we thought was best. The equipment that we do have apparently was not good enough, and that's what was told to me. We were waiting for the county, and waiting for the county sometimes means weeks, sometimes month. As I said before, July 4th will be here before you know it, and then we'll be hearing the complaints that the beaches are not picked up. Okay.
Thanks, Mayor.
Is there a dollar amount that you can pay, put on what we paid Pierce to have, the city paid Pierce to do that?
Absolutely. I don't know exactly what it is as of yet. I'm not even sure if he's completely done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. The last thing I have is, that brush pickup for May has ended. The next one's not going to be till the month of July. Randy, do you want to touch base on that one, on what, I noticed different wards are having brush put out now, after their wards were already collected.
Sure. The brush availability is almost every day. People bring it to the garage. From 9 to 2, Monday through Saturday. It's available for city sourced brush only. We can't take it from out of town, and we're going to try to keep those piles minimized. When we pick up the brush, and like we just did a brush sweep, that was taken directly to disposal. We have couple of small piles of brush there now that will be disposed of over the next few days. There's a mulch pile that the Fred Farms will take, and that'll be down to 0. We're going to keep that at 0. And the brush pile is taken to St. George to tub grind. We're going to keep that pile at 0 as well. Just a comment about the equipment. We did have a piece of equipment recover. The mechanics fixed it on Friday, and so they worked along with the beaches over the weekend and on Friday with that piece of equipment that was broken down. It was the old loader. We don't put the new loaders on the beaches because the sand is so abrasive to the gears. So the answer, everybody was right on what they said, and we did the best we could to make it right for Memorial Day. So just wanted to clear that up. But the people that want to bring their brush to the garage, it's available Monday through Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Thank you.
And I know Don and I have been getting beat up horrendously on the issue with the potholes. And the residents don't really realize that it was not till mid-May that the plant did open, Randy. Can you give us a heads up on the pothole attack that will be taking place?
Sure. We've combined the street division and the water maintenance division to attack the potholes. When Rob needs people to fix a water main break, he draws from streets. So I've asked Mike to do the same thing as a reciprocity with Mike, that if he needs, if Mike needs people to do the potholes, that's a priority, even if we're doing brush or anything else. The pothole patching machine that we have, which is unique to our area, that can hold 6 tons of hot and keep it hot, blacktop all day long, has a fuel problem that Jason's been working on for a few days. So we're fixing potholes the old-fashioned way. The ones that were done today were trucked a smaller amount of asphalt and rolled. They did a good job with it, but they can't take 6 tons like they can when that machine's working. It is a priority for Jason to get that fixed, and we'll be back up to full speed. We're going to keep that pothole crew running around the clock, and apologize to people for getting a late start. Part of it was because the source of material wasn't available till later than normal. That's right.
Okay, and I don't know if there's any answer to this question, but if residents have a concern of potholes in their area, is there a number, or I don't know if they can go on the website so that they can give addresses or locations of, instead of, if they can't reach one of the council members?
Sure. The preferred number is 366-9832, where Pam, excellent administration assistant in Public Works, can take down the information and send it to the right people. And so I believe it's also available to send as an information on the website. And of course, the council people get involved as well. They usually contact me and we get right to it. So I'd like to thank all of you people for being the extra eyes and ears and talking to the people. And we will get to all these potholes, especially the ones that are pretty deep. We got some out at Point Gratiot. We want to get that one tomorrow. Yep, I'm going to get that one tomorrow, and then the ones in the Washington parking lot, I'm going to ask, I told you I combined water maintenance and streets. I'm going to add parks to that list tomorrow and have them fix those potholes in Washington parking lot. That parking lots are the responsibility of parks, and so is Point Gratiot. So they're going to get those tomorrow.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
And my last comment is, when you open up council meetings to the public, and I don't feel it should be unless City Hall is working at its 100% staffing, that all non-essential employees be brought back to work. Thank you.
All right, thanks. I do have a couple things. We're just talking about opening the council meetings to the public. We did speak about that at the workshop. I'm going to be getting a hold of Chief Edwards and Chief Ortolano and going over some guidance and what the procedures we can follow to open it back up to the public. I did ran into John DiAgostino from the Observer for the memorial services, and I told him that we will be looking into that as of tonight. So I will get a hold of council, and I'll have an answer for you this week. Also, that I want to let everybody know that I will be getting a hold of the mayor, Richard, and a couple other people, that I want to hold a personnel meeting, hopefully this week. I'll work around your schedules, and I'll take a half a day off so we can go over some things and a couple other things that we spoke about. Congratulations again to Lieutenant Mike Bukolski, real good friend of mine, and Mark Ploy, great lieutenants. Congratulations on their retirement. We spoke about that earlier also. And the sports teams. I also want to thank, Gabe and Walt and Greg Krauser for doing a wonderful job on Access 1301 to follow that. Usually when I get home late or something, I always like to review the games and watch them. And, the girls softball and the boys baseball. A lot of those kids are, their parents are employees of the city of Dunkirk. Tim Gatoka's daughter and Mike Rapiglia and DeJesus and Zatorski's and Korzinski's. So it's nice to see them, and it's nice to see everybody out doing outdoor stuff. And with that being said, it was nice seeing everybody that participated in Memorial Park, the events yesterday. It was a great day. And it was just nice to see people, you know, walking around without masks and getting back to normal, whatever that would be. But also to the Parks Department, Memorial Park looked great. They did a wonderful job, and kudos to them. They did an excellent job yesterday. And I think with that, that's all I got. Unfinished business, seeing none. Pre-filed resolutions.
Number 37, resolution accepting change order contract addition for drainage improvements on unopened street, City Street, Lakeshore paving.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number 38, resolution for production of local law filings for official records.
Any discussion, council? Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
Thank you, Councilman Lars. Just a clarification on this one. Just reading that, there was an implication that I had local laws that weren't filed, and just wanted to let you guys know that's not the case. Every local law that's been passed properly has been filed, with the exception of the one we just did on fees for the parks, because we need the certification of the minutes, and then we file that, so we just had that today. What you're pointing to is the one when we did the HR director creation. That was a resolution that wasn't set up as a local law filing, and so it was never registered as one. That has since been rescinded, the creation of the position, so it's a moot point. So there's nothing to file. So just want to let you guys know that everything that the clerk's office has is current and up to date in terms of local law filings.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
No.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. 39.
Number 39, resolution for vote of no confidence in City Attorney Maurice.
Any discussion, council? Councilman
Yes.
Romano.
Tonight, I'm going to abstain from voting on this. I don't even know if this is, in my opinion, a place for council to be doing this. I don't know if it's legal. It doesn't matter how I feel about the attorney, you know, bad or good, yes or no. I just don't think it's right that this is happening. There's other ways to take care of this matter, and I don't think it should be done here in the council chambers.
Well, Marty, I think that you can't really abstain from it. You just got to vote yes or no for it, because there's no
That's true.
relation to you. It's not related.
Abstain from voting as well. He has that option. You all have that option.
What's his conflict?
Yeah, what is the
What's
conflict?
the
It's
personal
either yes or
conflict?
no.
It's not a conflict, I just don't. He doesn't believe it's legal. I don't know if it's legal, I don't know if it's right. This is our duty to do this
Okay.
as council. That's.
Okay. We could just vote no then.
But there's no conflict as far as,
You can just
If you don't
vote
think it's
no
legal, then just vote no.
then. Yeah.
I would rather abstain if it's okay.
You voted no against the lawsuit, so you might as well vote no for this. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay.
Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Nope.
Councilmember Stoyl? Aye. Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye. Carried.
Number 40, resolution authorizing retainer fee for common council's counsel.
Any discussion? No. Any discussion, council? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
No.
Councilmember Stoyl? Aye. Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. Any new business? Motion to adjourn
So moved.
by Williams,
Nichols.
second by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl? Aye. Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye. Common Council is adjourned at 6:12 PM, June 1st, 2021. Thanks, everybody.